Sup YouTube, before this video actually starts, I just want to go over the rules for this run, that being beat the game while Infernum mode is active at all times and don't cheat in items. This will be a ranger only playthrough, meaning I can use any weapon in the gun, bow, rocket launcher, or GL category. As always, if you guys enjoy or want to see me go through hard mode and endgame, let me know by liking and commenting because it really helps out. Alright, with all of that out of the way, don't forget to sub up and let's get into the video. I knew Infernum was going to be hard, so I didn't want to waste time getting wood and heading into a cave to find some Hermes boots and maybe a cloud in a bottle. Nice try, but I know your tricks. You can't get me. Returning to the chest, I died again, which was actually completely my fault, believe it or not. But shortly after, I did find a cloud in a bottle. While looking for more loot, I was forced to go back to spawn after being bullied by a few slimes. Okay. Now you may be wondering, why was bro using a melee weapon when he said it was ranger only? I'ma be honest, I was set on using guns only. That's why I trashed the bow in the beginning. But bear with me, this is still ranger only, I promise. With nighttime being over, it was time to check out the right side of the world where the desert resides, in hopes of finding a gun. When heading inside of the antlion biome, I got jumped by whatever this tiny thing is, and a sand slime. After being manhandled by another slime yet again, I went into another cave finding 2 life crystals and actually dying to a different mob this time. While taking my rage out on a wolfram bod, it dropped something that would let me make a shotgun, as long as I had 9 pieces of it. Now that I have an actual reason to kill these robots, that's exactly what I did. As nighttime came, it was time for me to head back to base and reset, where I made some tin armor. After waiting till morning, more robots were killed, giving me enough scrap to make the Wolfram blunderbuss. Now that we actually have a weapon, the challenge can actually start. With this new power, I cleared the rest of the mushroom biome and actually found a toad outfit for doing so. With new drip and a clean inventory, it was time to try my luck at the ice biome for some flurry boots. Coming back to base one last time, I planned on making a new place to set up for the next day. My plan was to build a house up around here and have NPCs along the bottom. So that's exactly what I did until slime started falling from the sky. Hindering my ability to build, the slimes were low-key making me mad, so I just boxed up and waited until they left, because if I killed them all, I definitely wouldn't have survived the boss fight. With the slime rain event ending, I made a bed and slept till morning, instead of having you guys watch that whole building process that takes like 30 minutes or so. Here's a time lapse instead. Finishing the house meant it was time to move all my loot in and start to get organized. Being somewhat organized, I grabbed a gravity potion and took to the skies, finding a floating island that had a star fury in it, a planetoid where I took a power cell factory and a cell charger. Then shortly after, I ended up finding a singular light crystal. I don't know why, but this far into the playthrough I realized I could get a gun from the Crimson biome just by shattering a few orbs. Luckily I got this on my first try, even though I didn't really use it that much, at least I still had it. It was about that time I started making an arena for bosses and some accessories to help fight against them. I made an arena platform builder because, to be honest, I am not building all that, all those platforms. Yeah, I'm just not doing it. And I also made a blizzard in a bottle after farming some harpy feathers. Having the goblin army invade was a little troubling, but I made it work even with the limited amount of ammo that I had. Now that I've settled in, it's finally time I start fighting bosses. So I made some NPC houses to buy a mini shark and some more ammo, found the goblin tinkerer, went mining for some platinum and gold to make some armor, and farmed some drops so I can make the boss summons. I crafted the lightning boots and the item to summon crabulon. Then it was finally time to get my get back. Did I just die to the king slime? Yes, but I noticed two things. That being my adrenaline was filling up way slower than usual, and that if I jump while the gem is shooting its beam, it'll shoot farther than it did before. With this info, I locked the fuck in. With the king slime taken down, I made some more NPC houses, found a desert medallion, made a sandstorm in a bottle, and then fought the desert scourge. After losing to the Desert Scourge, I slept till night in order to try my luck with the Eye of Cthulhu. Holding another L on my build, I felt like I was missing something. That something was extra movement. I went to the Crimson biome to get a panic necklace and tried the Desert Scourge once again. Now having extra movement and actually using the potions that I had before, my confidence was boosted, so I took on the Eye of Cthulhu once again. Taking a quick break, I traveled to the left side of the world to take on the Acid Rain event, farm some more drops so I can make the Brain of Cthulhu summon, and here is where the pain truly started. In those two fights, I felt like this was a kinda get good boss fight. Not only doing good damage, but also moving slow even with more movement items. I tried upgrading to the bundle of balloons, but I needed area light, which I could get after killing the perforators, so I ended up just keeping the sandstorm in a balloon and the blizzard in a balloon. I took another break fighting Crabulon, but man do I hate this boss with a passion. Giving the Brain of Cthulhu one more attempt, I got him down to 30% health, but died almost throwing in the towel, not because he was hard, but because there was so much to keep track of. Off camera, I started making an entirely new house, made a magic storage system, decorated the house a bit, and fought the giant clan. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Shortly after, I tried my luck with the Brain of Cthulhu again, fully downloading him, and this is what happened. Looking back at this 5-minute fight, I probably could have used a different weapon, but with his boss drops, I made Crimtane armor and a new pickaxe. Planning on fighting the Perforators next, I made it a bigger arena, farmed some more drops for his summon, and fought him just a little bit to get some practice in. Further preparing for the Perforators fight, I made a Elevator to grab some Hellstone, bought some stars to make unlimited stars for my star cannon, bought some potions, practiced 2 more times for the boss fight, upgraded my accessories, bought the Shark Tooth necklace to help with bosses that have more armor, and finally fought him one more time. Coming close to the end of pre-hard mode, I only had Skeletron and the Slime Gods to deal with before it was time for the Wall of Flesh. I grabbed some Aerialite, made the bundle of balloons, and farmed some more Harpy Feathers so I can make the armor set. With no time to lose, I immediately started making an arena for Skeletron and made some NPC houses until nighttime. Then I died over and over and over again. This fight was ridiculously complicated. With enough tries, I was able to beat him on my 6th attempt. Killing Skeletron grants access to the dungeon, which contains the Cobalt Shield, granting no knockback on any attacks dealt to me. I left the dungeon shortly after to make the Terraspark boots real quick, and then I began the Slime God's boss fight. With the final boss being the Wall of Flesh, I made Statagel armor and prepared an arena for him. Making the final part of the arena, I killed the guide NPC and the boss fight began. The wall must have been so salty that he crashed my game in order to get another 1v1. So I booted up the game and killed him again, leaving to ensure that the game doesn't crash this time, and when I loaded back in, it was finally time for hard mode. I want to say thank you for the people who stayed and watched to the end. You know, if there are people who stayed and watched to the end, you know what I'm saying. But, you know, this was my first form of long form content. Took me about 13 hours to record and a couple days non-stop to edit while working on top of that. But, you know, I'd appreciate it if a like or maybe a comment or some subs were dropped. You know, you don't have to, but like if it was dropped, it would be greatly appreciated, especially if you guys want me to do hard mode and end game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you all later.